Hey, there's a Sapphire Shard. No! I just clicked through my turn by mistake. I hit the wrong hotkey. Well, that's frustrating. That's not what I want to do when I'm down a game. Well, we might have had a chance here. We don't now. I guess we can hit a Pride's Fall with this Arcane Focus. Lanupaw might let us race.
You're getting on my nerves.
So if we would have gotten to play Lanupaw this turn if we wouldn't have time walked ourselves last turn, because we would have played our 4th resource and found this with the Arcane Folk. We would have taken the same turn we took last turn essentially, and we would have drawn something else. We wouldn't have drawn this for the turn. Maybe I'm supposed to loot in response there. Definitely don't need another Stargazer at this point. Play this out. Play Lanupaw. So this would be a 3-3 right now if we would have played this last turn. I'm just going to try not to focus on the fact that he's got infinite 2/2 flyers in his deck. And we've got a bunch of Tarantula eggs. This Purge probably isn't going to be great because he definitely has like removal spells and stuff in his deck. Alright, well that's a clock. It's a 6-cost clock, or 6/6 clock. Gets to eat an Ancestor's Chosen, hopefully. I need that guy. If he's got a removal spell or a bounce spell, he can do that in response. But I guess this actually isn't bad for us because it gets out of a removal spell. So that means Purge is more likely to happen. So we need to hit some resources here over the next couple turns. It's like infinite Tarantula eggs in my deck right now. Oh yes, this is his combo. So this mills us, and then when his Tarantulas come into play, they mill us. Oh, sweet. He didn't hit anything. Well, we got that going for us. We're super lucky. So as soon as we hit a Tarantula egg, we're basically dead. So if we can get through our next few cards without hitting any Tarantula eggs, we need to hit a resource actually so we can cast Purge on time. Are any resources in here? I guess I'll put the Bluegrass back into my deck. Yep, there's more eggs. And we need him to not have a removal spell this turn. So we're going to loot because we have to hit a resource. If we hit a Tarantula egg at any point, that's just a Spiderling egg. Oh, geez, that's so good. Alright, I hit a shard. If we don't draw one this turn. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. If he doesn't have a counter spell or a removal spell, we could get there. So this is a mage, this is a mage, this is a warlock. So Purge this guy. Has counter magic. Alright. No, we're dead. It's a bug, it double triggers. That's good to know. Alright, well we went a very sad 1-3 in that tournament. I punted the first match we played here on stream today. But that matchup just seems pretty miserable for us. His deck that our opponent was playing isn't really considered a deck, though. It's not super popular. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, and this is going to be my last match of the day, folks. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. If you were just here for the Hex, welcome. If you also watched a bunch of the Magic that we streamed, thank you for that as well. Play first. Try not to make any mistakes this game. Man, if we could have a keepable 7, that'd be great. That seems reasonable. What does our opponents do? Tiger Troop gets 3-0. That's pretty good. So probably, and it looks like an aggressive champion. So we'll play Sapphire Shard, Arcane Focus on 1. Grab the Oracle Song, basically unmulligan us. This is sad. We want him. So Brown Fox Scout it hasn't come up yet in these games, but you can actually play it from the top of your deck when it's there. But unfortunately, we won't have 2 resources next turn, so we're gonna have to draw it. So we'll play the Shard of Instinct for a Wild Shard. No 1-drop from his. What I'm suspecting is an aggressive deck. Play this. Grab Wild. Tunneler, okay. So tunneling, for those that aren't familiar, is a mixture of it's kind of like a mixture of Morph and Shroud. Or not Morph and Shroud, Morph and Suspend, sorry. So it's a face down card that at a certain point ticks up to enough counters and comes into play with haste. And it's always a troop. So we have Time Ripple or Brown Fox Scout up here, depending on what he does. Looks like he's missing his resource drop, so I'll just play our Scout out here, start our turn. This is likely a 5-2. There's a 5-2 that comes off on 3 charges, I believe, that when it enters play, target troop can't defend this turn or can't block. We'll draw 2 before we play our Shard in case we draw a Shard that can come into play tapped. Play Howling Plains Bluegrass, get our second Wild Threshold. Shuffle these 2 cards back in. Play a Stargazer, crack him for 3. I guess I'm going to crack him for 3 before I play Stargazer, because if he has a removal spell, he might burn it on this, and I'd rather have this die than Stargazer die. So, play Stargazer out. Another Tunneler, sure. So this is probably coming off next turn. I'm going to lead on Thunderfield Seer here, give our next action Prophecy. I'm going to loot with Stargazer and see if we find that action. Our Stargazer seems okay, actually. Ship for 3 here. Light Reaper with the host. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, new folks. This is probably... Oh, wait. I forgot to play... Well, this is going to go far worse than expected. I forgot to play my Shard. I was reading the chat and looting and then forgot to play this. I was going to... He's giving that camp block. That's interesting, because I'll just jump with this guy now. I wanted to martyr this, but now we'll just jump it, I guess. Crackling Bolt, sure. So I'm just going to use this Thunderfield Seer as a gain 5. Play Crow Feather. So Crow Feather gives my next guy. We're attacking with at least one of these because I can only activate one of them. I only have one resource here, so we're a little bit behind here. This Crow Feather can trade with this 5/2 in combat next turn. Has another Tunneler. If he attacks, I'm probably just trading here. I'm gonna loot here. Bend the Shard. Watch me draw Windsinger. That would be a bit annoying. Alright, we're going to loot here because the next Coyotle on our deck has 2/2, so I'd like to play that, draw that, and play it out. I think our next action actually is draw a card. Our next troop and our next action are prophesized. How's it going, Gin and Tonic? I guess I should have looted before playing that shard. I'm going to bin this Time Ripple. I'll put Time Ripple and a shard back into my deck. Just gonna pass the turn here. This can threaten to block this. When this comes off of its tunneling, I'm gonna use counter magic on it. I've not looked at all the set 4 previews yet. I've been streaming most of the day. Where's your Time Ripple? That's really good. It's one of the Time Ripples we shuffled back in because it says draw a card on it. The Tusker, sure. Loot with this. Been the Martyr at this point. Don't really want to make his guys bigger. Play Thunderfields here. Prophesize the next troop. Draw 2 cards. Play Arcane Focus. Brown Fox Scout sounds great. I'm going to loot here because we might find a shard that we can play. Spin this, play this. It's gonna pass the turn here again. We're gonna build up a little bit. Like this Brown Fox out being a 5/4 flyer is gonna be great. Yeah, the problem with cards like that is that like they're so inherently weak on their own that like you have to have a lot of other moving pieces. And like this deck already has like Thunderfield Seer has moving pieces to it, and you create a breath. Sure, that's fine. D-Money, do you want your bottle, D-Money? Your mom made this and you didn't even eat it. Are you hungry? Oh, you were hungry? There you go. He's sitting there groaning on the floor, and his bottle is literally right next to him. Not quite big enough to pick it up himself yet. Loot. Bin. Probably Verdict at this point. Another shard. Can put this and this back into the deck. I'm going to ship for 3 in the air here. We have Brown Fox Scout as a surprise blocker, and we've got some looting into some other action possibly as well. So this is coming in this turn, I guess, which can make Crow Feather not block. So maybe that's a reason to not ship with this turn. Yeah, this is... I'm going to loot in response here in case we find a counter magic.